Good morning and welcome to Market Opening on our collab show between Business Today and India Today TV. Let's get you ahead of all the market opening action. Let's take a look at what's hot in the corporate and financial space today. Tech stocks in the US tumble as outage in IT services company Cloudflare brings down giants like ChatGPT, X, Perplexity, Amazon Web Services. Nvidia leads the fall with pessimism growing around AI valuations. Slight recovery in the Bitcoin, investors waiting for September US jobs report now, which is to be released after a long delay. United States affirms that a trade deal with India could be finalized soon. Close Trump aide, however, adds that India's relations with Russia have complicated the situation. The statement comes a day after Piyush Goyal made it clear that a deal will happen only when it is fair, equitable and balanced. Rajiv Jain-backed GQG Partners extends its bet on the Adani Group, raises stake in 5 companies through multiple block deals. Reports say GQG has spent more than 5,000 crores in fresh investments. It's the same group which ploughed in more than 38,000 crore in Adani companies after the Hindenburg report. Bengaluru to get a new IT city on its outskirts. Karnataka announces a new massive tech project in Bidadi. Says several countries have expressed interest in investing billions of dollars. It'll be part of the greater Bengaluru integrated township, which will come up on the Bengaluru-Mysuru Highway. Google introduces its newest artificial intelligence system, Gemini 3, in a direct challenge to OpenAI's GPT. Says the new AI is state-of-the-art in reasoning and is built to grasp depth and nuance. The new AI will be immediately available to all users in its search engine. All right, let's take a look at global market first and how they're stacking up. As I just mentioned, clearly tech is playing spoil sport and all eyes now on Nvidia's numbers, which are due later on tonight, of course, in the US. Let's see how those markets shaped up overnight, down over 1% or so across. And we saw tech taking quite a beating as well. So while US markets are looking weak right now, meanwhile, on the trade deal as well, some clarity and yet some measures still to close. Officials from India and the US are gearing up. A senior Trump administration official has said that the long-discussed trade deal between India and the US could be finalized soon. Kevin Hassett, director of the National Economic Council, revealed that both sides are very close, but added that there were complications because of India's ties with Russia. The statement comes even as India reaffirmed its commitment to protecting the interests of its farmers, fishermen, and small industries. Listen in.
A partnership which is as comprehensive as the US-India relationship has many elements. And every element need not run at the same speed. परिवार में भी कभी-कभी थोड़ी बहुत नोक-झोंक तो होती रहती है. And of course, negotiations is a process. And India as a nation has to secure its interests, has to secure the interests of our stakeholders, businesses, and balance it with our sensitivities, with the farmers, with the fishermen, with the small industry. And when we find the right balance, you can rest assured we will even get outcomes on this score. But the friendship is very enduring, and the partnership is ever growing. So we need not be worried. We stand on very strong pillars of democracy, very strong pillars of diversity, and a very strong pillar of a shared commitment to development.
All right, let's also welcome in Gaurang Shah, who's joining us on the show this morning. Gaurang, good to have you with us. Yesterday, we did inch up, clearly positive momentum, a whole host of brokerage upgrades that are coming in on the index on the back of the entire consumption boost. Bihar elections are behind us now, and there too, of course, we saw it only feed into the momentum. What's your take? What are we headed in for today?
Thank you so much, Ava, for having me on the show. Good morning to all the viewers of India Today and Business Today Television. Small disclosure, Ava, as mandatory that all recommendations that I'll be sharing this morning on your show, These are the part of our fundamental team, research team. Our company, GQG Partners, we do not have any personal investment, no financial interest, no conflict of interest either, but we give recommendations to our clients on similar lines. They might have their investment interest. So I think our one thing that has excited me or has reinforced my confidence or our confidence, Abba, is the earnings season. Beginning of the Q2 earnings season, there was a lot of obituary that was written, especially with respect to some sectors like IT, etc. And at the curtains down of the Q2, virtually, we are seeing that there is a rising optimism, not only in terms of what we have delivered in Q2, but we are going to see in form of Q3, Q4 of the next financial year. So remember one thing, political policies, political alliances, political ups and downs in terms of election, numbers, outcome, trade agreements, they do play some important part in terms of direction the equity market. But one of the most important things that the market follows the earnings, numbers. If you deliver the numbers as per expectation of about that, then the market will adjust itself on the higher side. And if you fail to do that, then it will adjust on the lower side. So I'm quite excited. I think sooner or later, we are going to see a new all-time high. Maybe we'll spend some time consolidating, but that new all-time high is not far away.
Fantastic. Okay, so earnings, of course, continue to be in focus. We've also got a whole segment of stocks that are in news. Gaurang, we've got Infi's buyback opens today. TCS, a whole big order, 5-year contract from the NHS supply chain in the UK. So that's a fillip for TCS. We've got LTI Mindtree expanding its partnership with Microsoft to drive AI-led transformation. Lots of news in tech, and the background currently is NVIDIA. We're going to be watching out for that tonight. Do you think that Indian IT, given how it's looking to adapt currently to the fast changes in AI and calibrate itself to what's happening globally, will withstand this trend? Are you seeing opportunity to buy at these levels?
I don't think it's going to be impossible. Maybe, Abba, it may be a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction or maybe a little bit of hurdle in terms of digesting whatever. And Abba, one thing is absolutely known to all of us that if there is one sector which always goes on evolving through changes in terms of new technology, that is IT. And we have to accept that fact. What is happening in US in terms of the verbatim that we are hearing, AI, etc., a bubble waiting to burst, etc. Let's hope that that does not happen. If it happens, then maybe the repercussions may be felt across different markets and sectorial specific. In terms of adjusting or absorbing the changes, I don't think it's going to be difficult. We have already heard earlier. We have heard after the Q2 earnings, specifically from the top mid-cap, small-cap management companies, that they are evolving themselves, they are adjusting to the new change that is coming through, and that they will deliver over a longer period of time. And we, as a brokerage house, Geojit was always positive on IT, even when a lot of people were telling you or advising you to stay away. And now, with the Q2 earnings and the growth that lies ahead, I think it's all the more reason to reinforce your confidence.
Okay, so that's Gaurang's view on IT. And HCL Tech also has opened a new office in Calgary, Canada, so signaling continued global expansion. So a whole host of news triggers in some of those IT names, but we're also watching out for how the rout overnight on Wall Street impacts the stocks today. Meanwhile, Adani Enterprises, that's the other pocket in news with the GQG investment coming in across Adani Power, Energy Enterprises, a whole series of block deals coming in there. We're just counting down to opening, so we'll see how some of these stocks pick up. But Adani Group also clearly will be in focus on that continued investment coming in from one of its major partners. There you go on your screen. Opening bell coming in today, it's really going to be about IT, it's going to be about Adani. We'll continue to see if some of those brokerage upgrades and positive calls on the index lead us closer to a new high. Let's pull up the index for you. Just a flat start right now, just a marginal downtick on your screen at this point of time, as we can see. Let's pull up the Nifty Bank, also down. Remember, PSU banks in particular have been in focus, and we've been seeing some strength building up there. IT is steady this morning, up about 0.2% right now. Let's take a look at some of the other gainers and losers for you on your screen. Let's pull up some of the index movers. Heroes continuing to see some traction. HUL, by the way, we've got the demerger of the quality unit, the ice cream unit coming in line with its global strategy. So keep an eye on that one. Some value unlocking potentially there. So Infy's up, TCS is up, IT is looking good, Shriram Finance, Dr. Reddy's, Grasim, some of the other movers on your screen right now. Let's take a look at what else possibly is in the news at this point of time. We'll come back and talk to Gaurang on HUL in a moment. But on the downside, some of the other financials, IndusInd Bank, Bajaj Finserv, for instance, ONGC is taking a breather, Cipla, Hindalco seeing some amount of profit booking or a cool-off coming in early morning trades so far. Apollo Hospitals, add that to the list as well. But overall on the index, it's steady, just a marginal downtick. Markets clearly watching and waiting. I want to just bring up Grow. Let's bring up Grow for a moment because this stock has just been on a roll since listing. And what's happening now is that a lot of investors or short sellers who place bets on really getting out of it just after listing were caught in a bit of a trap. Today, it's now down 4.5% after series of consecutive 6-7% gains right after the listing day. So 179 is what we're looking at on Grow. Advanced decline ratio isn't looking too good right now. It is actually skewed towards the negative, but the cuts are limited and the index is just down marginally at this point of time. Gaurang, let me come to you on market opening. That seems to be the setup. It's mixed when it comes to auto this morning. Some amount of an uptick in HUL on the ice cream business demerger. Otherwise, banks are a little cooling off. So are some of the oil and gas majors. What do you make of this opening?
Well, I think, like I said, we may spend some time consolidating, and that consolidation zone, which we had put out via our YouTube channel, GQG Spotlight, on Monday morning, was lower end was somewhere close to about 25,700 to 25,800. On the higher side, we had anticipated a top-heavy feeling somewhere close to about 25,980 and 26,075, 26,100. So broadly, we've been to those higher levels, and again, now we are consolidating. So according to us and according to me, Abha, I think it is good to see this consolidation. We are possibly trying to make a base building exercise. Every time we do this, after making a upward move, we try to consolidate at a particular level and then again try to move up. And this consolidation results into a very strong foundation, which enables us to, stay at an elevated level as we go into it in the future. So this consolidation will continue, but I think sector and stock specific, there are a lot of stories that you can definitely look at.
All right. So consolidation continuing there. A few other names on the screen. I think Wari is taking a bit of a knock, KEC International, so some of these on the downside. All right, we've also got, let's pull up some of the Shriram stocks as well. Shriram Finance, let's pull that one up for you on your screen. Muthoot Finance, some increase in guidance coming in there. So Muthoot's looking, could potentially be looking good this morning. Pull up some of the financials to see how they're stacking up in an otherwise weak market right now. And Grow, let me pull that one up for you once again, because that's really the story, isn't it? We've got the fact that short sellers have been caught a little bit in the trap, and that now playing out today. 30 lakh shares moved into auction window, and that's leading to some amount of an auction coming in on Grow. 70% up in just the last 5 sessions. That's what we saw on Grow right after listing, with demand overwhelming the share supply in the market. It was really much in demand, but this is what we're seeing on Grow today, and a complete squeeze coming in, and the stock now down about 5% right now. Okay, a few others. New newsmaker, India's Azad Engineering, they've signed an aircraft engine parts deal with Pratt & Whitney. Let's bring that up as well. So from the broader market, defense continuing to play out as a theme all across, frankly, and this is something we've been talking about regularly, Gaurang. Just want to come in and chat to you about that, because while we have been talking a little bit more the last week or so on banks and otherwise, but defense continues to be a steady mover with consistent order wins, consistent deal news that we've been getting across the board here.
So Abha, it is one of my personal favorite, let me be very honest. I've been discussing this sector with your colleague Shell and Shakshi for a pretty long period of time. And my sense is that this sector is a growth story for the next 3 to 5 years. So eventually, if you have the understanding, capability, and wisdom to invest in any defense-related stock, have a 3 to 5 year plus kind of horizon, because it takes time for these companies to execute the order because of the complexity in terms of technology and precision. We, as a brokerage house, we are positive on BEL, BHEL, Cochin Shipyard, Mazgaon Docks, to name a few. And the kind of orders that they are getting, not only from the Ministry of Defense on the local front, Abba, but going into the future, global orders are something that these companies will be registering fantastic run rate in terms of not only the order book coming in, but post execution, adding the numbers to the top line and bottom line. So I think defense is a very, very long-term growth story, and it's here to stay for quite some time.
Okay, so that's on defense this morning. We've got Inox Wind and KP Energy joining forces for a 2.5 gigawatt wind project development across India. Let's pull up those stocks as well and take a look. And, you can clearly see the structural shift play out in terms of the investments coming in and the deals coming in when it comes to infrastructure, defense, power, energy, renewables. Inox Wind is down about 0.3% right now. Cooling off also, we've got on real estate, that's clearly some profit bookings across the board today. We're seeing a little bit of cool off coming in across the real estate stocks. Just want to get your view on HUL, Gaurang, post the ice cream business demerger. Do you see much of an upside for investors there?
Well, we definitely see, and as a consumption theme, non-discretionary ABA is something that will be in the spotlight for all the good reasons. And the tax cut, benefit for 12.75 lakhs, good monsoon, boosting the income from semi-urban rural India. And of course, the latest one being the GST avatar, new avatar of 2.0, introduced on 22nd of September. Okay. All this will lead to consumption boost as we go into the future. And I think the ground level green shoots are already visible from this month onwards. And I think they'll go even stronger as we go into the future. Hiving off of business does create a value unlocking proposition. We've been positive on HUL for a pretty long period of time. So it's like something like what ITC did. They demerged their hotel business and listed as a separate entity. So any company which has got diversified business, and if the management decides on its wisdom to hive it off and list it as a separate entity, it does create value on it.
All right, and interestingly today, IT is up. So we've got Infosys, TCS, all of them seeing a bit of a move, and of course individual, triggers there as well. But clearly no rub off of what we saw overnight when it comes to some of the IT majors this morning. Infy is a nice 1% higher right now. Remember, of course, it's mega buyback opens and closes on the 26th. So that's the other trigger that we're tracking on an Infosys this morning. Now, Bengaluru will soon have a new IT city campus. Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar has said that the state government is planning a new IT city in Bidadi, with leaders from several countries expressing interest, investing billions of dollars in the project. Now, Bidadi is a town situated on the Bengaluru-Mysuru Expressway, where the Karnataka government plans to make Greater Bengaluru integrated township. Listen in for more on this.
My IT Minister, Mr. Mallikarjun, our Priyank Khargeji, and Mr. Sharad Bachegowda, both of them have joined and helping this government. And all of them, I am getting hundreds of calls so that they will start investing it. And a new IT city also is being planned in the greater Bangalore near Bidadi in Bangalore South. So I hope this talent, this research, this innovation, startups, will all join together. And even on this cyber issue, cyber crimes are increasing in the world. But Bangalore also has started, and we have taken an initiative from the Karnataka government.
All right, let's go across to Sagai Raj for more on this. Sagai Raj, good morning. Just talk us through some of the plans there as indicated. What can we expect? How soon do they intend to really see this come to life?
Good morning, Abhay. And if you notice that D.K. Shivakumar, who is the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka as well as Bengaluru in-charge minister, is pushing for a lot of tech cities in the city of Bengaluru. After AI city in South Bengaluru, now he has announced that there will be a tech city as well in South Bengaluru. Remember that South Bengaluru has been renamed from Ramnagara, and now he is pushing a lot of investment, a lot of tech companies to establish their organization in the South Bengaluru. And yesterday he has also said that close to 60 countries, the delegations have participated in the tech summit, and they are showing more interest in the investment in Bengaluru. And that is one of the reasons that they are coming up with Tech City in Bidadi on Bengaluru-Mysuru Express Highway. And in the past, he has also said that there will be AI City, which will be coming up in Bidadi as well. So you will be getting two IT parks probably in Bidadi, one for tech companies, the other for exclusively for AI.
All right, thanks for that, Sagaraj. We'll leave it there for now, but do tune in at 3 p.m. for all the market closing action. That's all from us for this hour here on Business Tip.